Infection known as bacterial endocarditis is a concern. Bacterial endocarditis infects the inner layer of the heart, especially heart valves that may have been damaged from rheumatic fever or congenital abnormality. This was the case with Brian Littrell of the Backstreet Boys.
I was born with what we call a VSD, which is a ventricular septal defect. I got an infection when I was 5 years old, a bacterial infection called bacterial endocarditis in 1980. It went straight to my heart. It infected my entire bloodstream. I was in the hospital for 2 months. And it's only by the grace of God and a miracle that I'm here today doing what I'm doing. I was monitored, I was researched every year at the University of Kentucky Medical Center growing up as a child because it was very important to myself as well as my parents to know that I was healthy and able to do the things that I wanted to do in life. They discovered in my early 20s that my heart was enlarging due to the VSD. On May 8th of 1998, I had open heart surgery at the Mayo Clinic where they repaired the VSD with my own tissue. As well as it was considered an exploratory surgery where they basically took my heart out and flipped it over, and on the tricuspid valve on my backside of my heart I had a hole the size of a $50 that had not shown up on anything. The doctor had determined that the endocarditis that I had 30 years ago in 1980 had set up shop in my tricuspid valve and eaten the tissue away. I was 23 years old. I felt like that the Backstreet Boys were on top of the world. I was in what I thought the best shape of my life at that time. And I didn't have control whether I was going to wake up or not. I'll never forget when they came in the room the morning of the surgery to put me on the gurney to take me down. I just busted out in tears. And I'll never forget looking up at the lights and seeing the hallway lights in the hospital. And sorry, you know, just not knowing if I was gonna wake up. So it was tough. This is probably the hardest time in my life. Days and moments like that particular moment keep everything in perspective. Being a Backstreet Boy, I call it my job. You know, I get paid to do what I do, but that's all it is. I don't make anything out of it that it's not. I don't want to be known as Brian Littrell from the Backstreet Boys. Oh, that's that Backstreet Boy guy. You know, I want to be known as my son's hero. You know, that's what I want to be. I want to be able to put a cape on and play superheroes with him and know that, that people look at me as a dedicated father and as a dedicated husband. That's what I want to be known as.
Presently, the idea